Hi, my beautiful friends. How are you today? It's Patty Dooley with Tupperware, and we are back with another recipe today. Yes, I know it's been a few weeks, but life happens. We all go through that. But anyway, are you ready? Please say you're ready for spring, because I am way beyond ready. So with this recipe today, a little help from the MicroPro Grill right here and some basic ingredients, we are going to make a nice chicken, what is it called? Grilled chicken and vegetable panzanella salad. These are so good, super easy to do. So stay right here and we will get started. So hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, we're going to do a grilled chicken and a vegetable panzanella salad. This is basically a chicken salad with some bread cubes in it. I will go over the recipe ingredients here in just a second. And at the bottom of the description down here, you will also find a list of the ingredients that we are going to use. I'm still working on my blog. It might take me a little while, but we'll get there. Anyway, we are using the MicroPro Grill. I've used this on here before. You can go back and watch some of the other videos of things that we've cooked in the MicroPro Grill. But I love this thing. Absolutely love it. Because I can grill in the microwave or bake in the microwave in this thing any time of the year. So my husband and I are people who love to cook on a grill, and we will grill even in the middle of winter. But when those days when the wind is blowing like crazy and it's like 20 degrees out, it's like, yeah, let's just try it in the house. So with this, you have this pad right here and the pad right here in the bottom. You can see that. These get up to 400 degrees in the microwave. And what they will do is when you put your lid down in here, one way you can grill and it will set right on top of whatever it is you're cooking, and it will get it brown on both sides, or you can turn it the opposite way and bake right in here. I think the last recipe we did a like a pie or something. I have to go back and look because I cook here and on my private group, so I might be confusing where I cooked it. But you can cook a lot of things in here. You can grill vegetables, you can grill meats, breads, you can make pancakes, it's just any number of things you can cook in here. And this is what we are going to be using today. Now, as I said, I'm going to read you off a list of the ingredients. So that way you have the ingredients to make this yourself. Let me start out by saying that to make these recipes, always make them your own. Change up things that you might want to change. So, do it with what you have. That's the first and foremost thing. Work with what you've got. So the grilled chicken and vegetable panzanella calls for 2 boneless chicken breasts, 4 slices of French bread. My family happened to eat all my French bread this past weekend, so I am having to resort to some of the frozen Texas toast here. 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 clove of garlic, 1 green onion, a red bell pepper. All of these will be chopped. Some onion, a large tomato, some mixed. You can use salad greens, you can use mixed greens, you can combine, you can do whatever type of salad part you like. So some parsley, Parmesan cheese, and some Italian dressing. So we're going to walk through this and show how you can get this done with the MicroPro Grill. So the first thing we need to do, as I said, my family ate all my garlic bread, or all my French bread, I should say. And so I'm resorting to using Texas toast that I had to run grab at the store. And if that's all you have, then by means already use it. Because what you would ordinarily do is cut a nice thick slice of the bread, butter both sides, and toast it. Then take your garlic clove and rub over each side and get that garlic flavor into the bread. And then that's what you would have to do with that if you're following it strictly by that recipe. But because this already comes toasted, buttered and garlicked, we're just going to do this. We're just going to set that inside of there. And then we are going to set this down inside on the top. And we're going to cook this for about 2 minutes in the microwave. We're going to check it. We might have to flip it, and that's okay. But once that's done, we're going to set that aside and continue with the recipe. So stay right here and I will be right back. Okay, so we have grilled this for 2 minutes. I'm going to take the top off. We're just checking it. And always open it away from your face because there is steam under there. And as you can see, that top part is not quite brown yet. We're going to flip this over, check the other side. Still needs about another, say, 2 minutes. And we're going to put it right back in there, grill it another 2 minutes. It was kind of frozen. And make sure that it gets nice and toasted. So stay right here. Okay, so we need to check this toast. Always watch that steam coming out of there. It is brown on this side, as you can see. It's brown on the other side. Maybe a spot right there, but that's okay. We're just going to set this over to the side. And while this is still hot, this is the time you're going to take your chicken and put it in here. Now, I know the recipe called for 2 chicken breasts, but we just prefer the chicken thigh meat, which is fine. If that's what you have, use it. So that's what I'm using today. I've got 2 chicken thighs here. You can hear that sizzle. And we're just going to put this in here. Let me get rid of this here. And to this, I'm just going to do a little pepper on top. Just a touch. Just a touch of salt, because we want this to brown. We don't want it to sweat. When you put salt on stuff like this, it can tend to make it sweat out and make more moisture. So here we go. We've got that in here. We're going to put this top back into the grill position. Can you hear that sizzle? I hope you can. We're going to put this in for 6 to 7 minutes, depending on the thickness of your meat. Generally, things cook within 6 minutes in the microwave, but sometimes it varies. So we're going to go, say, 6 minutes and 30 seconds with this. So I will come back and then we will finish with the vegetables. So when the chicken comes out, we can then do the vegetables in there and just get everything done quickly. So stay right here. Okay, so we have the chicken going in the microwave right now. So what we need to do is chop up some vegetables. It calls for a green onion, a red bell pepper, and some regular white onion, a large tomato. And I'm just going to take my tomato. Now you want these in not real big chunks. Then again, you might like it that way. But you don't want it in tiny pieces either. You want it nice bite-sized pieces. And that's what I'm going to be doing with these. These are a rather large tomato too. That's what I said. This makes an awesome summer salad, because if you're like me, you grow your own tomatoes, you grow your own green onions, you grow your own lettuce or whatever. You can get stuff fresh from the farmer's market. And it's just so good when it's fresh, and it has a lot of flavor in it. So very good, very nice, light, easy meal for summertime. And I prefer to eat that way myself. So we are just chopping this up. Like I said, you want nice bite-sized pieces. I could have tried the chopper, but I was afraid that it might chop it down too small. And I didn't want to do that. So you might want yours a little bit smaller, and that's quite alright. I'm just going to cut this in strips. Chop these up here. Because once the chicken is out, and we set that to the side, we're going to use that MicroPro Grill to grill these vegetables. Now, a lot of times I will grill vegetables in the winter, to especially mushrooms and onions, and we will cook hamburgers in it because my husband loves his hamburgers cooked in this thing. He said he sets it for the same thing every time and they turn out perfect. You don't have to think about it. But I will grill vegetables to put on my hamburger. Also, if you're a vegan, vegetarian, it grills the black bean burgers very well, because I have done that with it before, and I love black bean burgers. So there are a lot of things you can do with it. I don't know that I'm going to do a whole onion. I'm going to try this out right here first. And just cut this down. Now, if you want a lot of onion, put more onion in it. And I love onion, by all means. But I'm also putting 2 green onions in here as well. Sometimes that skin is a little contrary. Now, I can tell you, if you buy a lot of green onions from the grocery store, when you cut the bottoms off, the little root part, if you will save those and stick them in a pot or something outside in some potting soil or a garden bed, they will grow back. And I have grown some huge, huge onions that way. So if that might be a thought, that you can actually regrow some food. And with the price of food today, that's always a good thing. We go through a lot of green onions here. So we have those vegetables all ready to go. And we have just a few seconds left actually on the MicroPro Grill. So we will check that as soon as it gets done. And if you're wondering why I have 2 hot pads, one is for the MicroPro Grill itself and one is for the top, because it is still 400 degrees. So stay right here. I'm going to walk over there and get it and come right back. And here we go. Fresh out of the microwave. Please open this away from your face. Let that steam escape on the other side so it does not hit you. And this chicken, I believe, is done. We can cut it open and see, just to check and make sure. Or I can set it on the thing here and use my little where is on and off button? There it is. I actually bought this from my husband because when he grills, he wants to know how done everything is. This needs to be up to like 165. We're at 164, 165, 166, 167. So this chicken is completely done. So you can see that right there. I know it's backwards. It's the temperature going down. But I will stick it back in here again. That's the thickest part. And it's going back up. Or it was. Yeah. But anyway, chicken is done. We're going to take that out. Set it on here. Now, if you want it a little more brown, that's fine. White chicken breast, it's kind of hard to judge that because if you let it go too long, then it's going to be very dry. The meat will. So I need to wipe this off. And there are some juices in there, but I'm going to leave those juices in it. And we're going to take the vegetables, and we are just going to put the vegetables in there. Just like this. Because those juices from the chicken will also flavor this. Let's do this here. The tomatoes are going to make some juices as they cook as well. And we're going to put a little bit of salt. Not a whole lot. And some black pepper on here. If you want garlic in it, and I do, take some garlic powder or some fresh garlic and just sprinkle over this. Give it another stir. And then go put this back in the microwave, and we're going to cook this for 8 minutes. We're going to put it back in the grill position where the lid is setting down on top of the vegetables. And we're going to microwave this on high for 8 minutes. So as soon as I get this going, we'll come back and we will finish up the greens and make some Italian salad dressing. So stay right here. Okay, so I have the chicken in the microwave cooking. We're going to go ahead and take, you can use, I've got some romaine lettuce, and then I have some spinach and chicory arugula mixed. It tastes kind of peppery, arugula does. Like I said, you can use mixed greens, whatever you want. But I want to give these greens a little bit more of a chop. Just a little bit smaller than really big bites. And then we'll just cut that in half. And then we're going to put that in here. I'm going to cut the end. You can also take the lettuce root, stick it in a little bit of water for a few days with a toothpick, and then it'll start putting out roots, and then go plant it in the yard. It will grow. I promise you, it will grow. So I'm going to take a few of these off. I'm going to split this down the middle. Just like that. Put these on top of each other. Kind of break it down into a little bit more manageable pieces in the salad. Those are still kind of big. I'm going to put that in there, and then we're going to check and see how much we have. We can add some more romaine to this. Yeah. Might end up using one whole head. I don't know. We're just going to chop these down a little bit. Basically just some bite-sized chunks. Then I'll come back and chop them up just a little bit more. Well, I hope everyone's doing well from the weather. I know it's been crazy in some places. California, my heart goes out to you guys with all of the flooding and people who have been in the snow, burying houses. That had to be hard to deal with. So I think that's enough there. Really, it's just going to be me. And I might as well go ahead and chop up this little piece too. And there we go. Now I'm going to chop up this bread. Just nice cubes. Now you can use regular French bread, you can use day-old bread, you can use sourdough bread. You know, whatever bread you might have on hand. The bigger the, and I'll have to eat a piece. The bigger the thickness of the bread, the better. Basically use up some leftover bread that you might have. My family didn't leave me any leftover bread. They ate it all. And just cut it up into bite-sized pieces. Oh, it's so good. I very seldom eat store-bought bread like this. I usually make it all myself. But this is good. And we're going to put this over here because I'm not quite ready to mix that in yet. So we're just going to lay it over here to the side. And then we're going to cut the chicken up into bite-sized pieces. And see, if you cook your chicken to the correct doneness, things won't dry out so fast. Now, chicken breast will. I'm just cutting off a little bit of fat here. And then we're just going to cut this down into bite-sized pieces. But chicken thighs are very tasty, usually very tender. And they don't dry out as much as the chicken breasts do. If you like chicken breast, by all means, if you've got some chicken strips, you know, in the freezer, use those. Whatever you have on hand. I just need to get that little bit of fat off of there. And then we can cut up this last one. As you can see, it took us 6 minutes to cook this. 6 minutes, 30 seconds, and it was done. Something like that, whatever I cooked it. And so, you know, once you do that, then it all cooks at the same time. unless it's you know, thicker. But you'll know once you put it in there and cook it at the exact same time every time, it turns out just the way you like it. And that's why my husband loves cooking his hamburgers with the MicroPro Grill, is because he can put it all in there at the same time and know that it's the exact same. So I'm going to get rid of that fat and put this chicken back onto this plate. Alrighty. So let's set this to the side. Now see, when I'm cooking live on my group, everything is live. They see me having to run back and forth to my microwave and everything. So you're getting a little taste of that today. Not the full thing, but a little taste. And here we go. So I don't know what this is going to look like till we both take the top off. Please open it away from your face. I know you can see that steam coming out of there. Some of it has some char on it, and that's fine. That's what you kind of want. It doesn't all have to be charred. But that's what it looks like, just like this. So we're going to set this over to the side for a minute while we make some salad dressing. Just kind of let this cool off so it doesn't wilt our lettuce. Now you can use bottled salad dressing. That's quite all right, quite up to you. And I'm not going to use parsley. Recipe calls for parsley, but I'm not using parsley today. But I do not use the store-bought salad dressings, and I make my own. So that's what we're doing today. And mine is kind of like a combination of several different recipes. It's all really basically the same thing. But I'm going to use about a cup of olive oil, because I use this all the time on various things in the house. I can use it as a marinade. I can marinate tomato slices with red onion in it and garlic slices. Oh, that's amazing. I can use it on salads. I use it on actually on baked potatoes, and it's really good. So it usually calls for more red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar, but I am not real fond of the real harsh taste. So I'm just using 1/4 of a cup. Flavor it however you like. If you want more after this, you can use more. You can always add to, but you cannot take away. I could use fresh garlic if I wanted to today, but I'm just keeping it simple because not everybody buys fresh garlic. Most everybody has dried garlic, which is fine. I've got oregano. I have basil. If you have just Italian seasoning, use that. I'm using some garlic powder, some onion powder, and I'm just putting a teaspoon of each in here. Make it however you like it. Usually I make mine with fresh garlic. If summertime, I'll make it with fresh onion, fresh garlic, fresh basil, some fresh oregano. And that's very good. But when you use fresh ingredients like that, you have to use it up sooner than you would if they were dry. So there is basil and oregano. Just a little bit of salt. Not much. I also do creamy Italian, which is amazing. I'm using my quick shake. Make sure this little top is down because one time I went to shake, didn't have it down all the way and stuff went flying out. And then we're just going to give it a quick shake like this because the recipe calls for, I think, a half a cup of Italian dressing. So we're going to take the greens right here. We're going to put the chicken in. We're going to take the vegetables, but we want these without the juices. Let's see if I have a spoon over here. I've got one of these. And get the vegetables without the juice. And put this in here. Probably should have let it cool a little bit longer, but that's okay. Because it's very good when it's cold. Let's set this over here. And we are going to toss this just a little bit. Then we're going to take about a half a cup of this Italian dressing. Give one more good shake. And pour over that. You don't want it drowned. You want enough to flavor it and to coat it. And then we will top it off with some breadcrumbs or the bread. And you know, I forgot the Parmesan cheese. But that's okay. So what we are going to do, this is the salad right here. And we are just going to get a nice big scoop of that. Put it out on the thing. A nice plate. Throw some more breadcrumbs on there. The chicken is all through this thing. More tomatoes. And then just top it with some Parmesan cheese, some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, and you've got a nice meal for the summer. Add some grilled fish to this if you want to in the summer. It'd be awesome. A nice big baked potato maybe with it. Like I said, I use this dressing on baked potatoes just, you know, as anything else would. So it is very good. I like it. I like it anyway. Other people may not, but I like it anyway. So let's get back up here together. That is a super easy recipe for today. You almost got to watch me completely in real time, but not quite. But this is it. Let me get that up there where you can see. Doesn't that look amazing? Tell me what you would add to it. Comment below and say, hey, I'd like to throw some olives in it or something else, you know. Whatever it is you like, you could add a little bit that to it and just make it a nice big salad like that. But this is the grilled chicken and vegetable panzanella done with the MicroPro Grill. And we're going to grab this back over here. See, I still have some juices in there from cooking all of this. It didn't take very long. I didn't have to mess up, which I mess up a lot of stuff trying to cook on here because I have to grab so much instead of rinsing and going. But it wouldn't take that much to fix this. Nice bag of mixed salad greens, some nice bread, chicken, whatever, and you've got a nice meal. So if you'd like to know more about the MicroPro Grill, please feel free to contact me. Excuse me. You can go to my website, twpattydooley.com. Email me from there. You can go to Facebook, look for TW Patty on Facebook. I will put the links in the description below and message me there. You can shop online at twpattydooley.com and check out everything that Tupperware has to offer. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for when I add more videos on here. If this is your first time, glad you got to see us today. And please be sure and go back and check out some of the other videos because we have all kinds of videos on here cooking with various things. So you guys be blessed, and I will see you soon. And like I said, comment below. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like, what you would add, what you wouldn't add. Love to get a conversation going with you. And until we see each other again, you be blessed. Bye.